Hello ladies and gentlemen, what is up? It is your maker 2199 and I'm bringing you guys another tips and tricks here. And the purpose of this video is just to show you that I can also pull off, a few of these kills that you see other YouTubers doing, and pull off a pretty good video here. And I don't want to spoil it too early. I want you all to watch till the end and all of that. I think it's going to be worth it. It was a fun match. It was pretty intense. And I know I had done a tips and tricks before on the sniper, but it wasn't really detailed or anything like that. So the very first thing to keep in mind, this is the event again, one shot, one kill. And this is, tip number one is always, if you're trying to get better with the weapon or something, always play on these events, because you're gonna get a lot of experience, or that's the only weapon that you're gonna be able to use. And as long as you use it, the only way to get better is with practice. Practice makes perfect, and I know a lot of people, hate that saying and all of that, but it's true. And I'm pretty good with the sniper and all of that just because of all the practice that I've had with it. But as you can see, it started pretty slowly. So the very first thing that I want to tell you guys is, if you can stand still, it's best, because when you're moving around like I am right here, the reticle isn't, like right there, I was still and I could have shot him if I would have been accurate, but the reticle is a little bit bigger and it's really inaccurate, and you really have to guess. Landing a shot when you're moving around is about luck, and I'm gonna hit a few, on some of these videos that I'm gonna be putting up, but it is a lot of luck, because I really have no clue on, what part of the bigger target is it actually gonna go to, and so just keep that in mind. And right here, this was super stupid, and I don't know why, like, I missed that shot and then I missed it again and I got killed by a freaking bot, and it was just super stupid. But some of these bots are better than a lot of actual players. I've been sniped like crazy by some of these bots, and it's just ridiculous. But it started slowly, but the gameplay picks up. And tip number two, is to either use a teammate or use something, as a guide to guide you where, more than likely, where the enemy's characters' heads are gonna be at, and that's what I try to do. I try to have like an area that I'm kind of aiming to, and you can see right there, I'm usually not too far off, to where their heads at, and all of that, so I'm able to hit these shots, fairly accurately for that reason. So always, kind of have an understanding of where you're aiming, depending on distances and all of that, where their head's gonna be at. That way you're not too far off, and you just have to correct your aim side to side. It's a lot easier to swipe sideways than to be swiping, vertically or something like that, and keep that in mind. That's tip number two, and it's really important, to have an understanding of how tall the players are, where their head is more likely at, even when they're wall bouncing and all of that. I try to hit a few people as they're getting into the row, out of a row, during a roll, and that's just because I already have it kind of measured. I kind of know where their head's at and all of that. And right here, it's gonna get good. Right here, I just got a cheeky little kill. And the tip number two, when you're playing and using a sniper on an event like this, is a lot different than when you're actually using it, on game, because so many people have the sniper. People will camp, and if you're not careful, you'll get domed from somewhere that you didn't even expect. So it changes a little in that sense, when you're playing online like King of the Hill or Team Deathmatch and there's only one sniper, but for the most part, the same things apply. Now for right there, you guys saw me do a quick one, and that's just because I already knew where I was aiming at. I knew where her head was, and all I had to do was correct it. Kind of, it's the side swipe. It's basically, I forget what people call it, the drag scope or whatever, and I tried it right there. You guys saw me, I was standing still, and I tried it, and I was gonna try it right there, but she got into cover quite well, and I got taken out by her. I had no clue how. I think she like blind fired me or some crap, but it was just unfortunate. And right here, I know that she's around there, and she was hiding, and I was just trying to see if I couldn't escape with another little cheeky one. But The drag scope is one of my favorite weapons and one of my most popular ones. You know, you need to have your aim, you know, already centered and all of that, you know, in order to drag scope. And the only thing that you're gonna do is drag, you know, the scope from side, either from left to right or from right to left, you know, and make sure that it's on their head when you basically shoot. You know, or you could shoot a little bit earlier, and if you're quick enough, you know, when you drag scope and you hold it on their head, you'll get the kill. But you know, for the most part, you know, try to stay still, and if you don't, you know, try to guesstimate. When I don't stay still like that, I try to drag it, you know, because that's the best way to actually get the headshot. And that's just what I found out, you know. And another thing, you can always use your scope, but on a situation like this, and I've seen some players use it effectively, and it's not really, you know, ideal, you know, because you have to have crazy ass sensitivity. But I'm right here, I'm just wall bouncing left to right, and I know that she's gonna try to punch me and all of that, and I'm just trying to scare her, you know, because I wanted to get that ammo, but it didn't work, you know. I stood still, you know. So tip number 2, you know, never stay still when you're using the sniper, especially on this event, you know. It's just an easy kill for your opponents. But you know, try to move around and wall bounce a little, you know, but never wall bounce without purpose, you know. Every time that I wall bounce, I know exactly where I want to be, you know, because I'm trying to position myself in a situation where after I wall bounce, you know, I can probably give off a shot, you know, and be, you know where their dome is gonna be at to try to get that kill. But yeah, you know, so those are basically it, you know. Like, when you scope in, it's pretty self-explanatory, you know. As long, if you're little reticle, you know, because it's really small, if it's not aiming on their head, you know, you're not gonna be able to, you know, kill them. And right here, this one's a little bit more difficult, but at this range, you know, it's not that difficult. And right here, you just see me moving, you know, right forward and all of that. And that's only because I saw that the other person shot me, you know, from the side. But like you guys can see, I'm never standing still. And right here, you know, who said that your boy couldn't go clutch, you know? So right here, you know, I already gave it away, but I'm gonna go clutch on this match. And I know I still have a teammate, so technically it's not clutch yet, but my teammate's gonna die pretty soon, and I'm just gonna have to go, you know, crazy. And I didn't even realize that this was happening at the time, actually, you know. I'm not even gonna lie. I was just playing, and I was like, how come I don't have any more teammates, or why is it so slow? And I didn't realize it till like the second to last person, and then I started panicking. You know, you guys are gonna see me miss a few that I shouldn't have missed. So right here, I still didn't realize it. You know, and right here I'm just picking my shots. You know, no, I'm not gonna be douchey and try to pick her up and all of that. But I already knew. You know, she rolled. I knew exactly where she was gonna be at. You know, and it was easy for me to pick her up. And right here, you know, I just continue to control this area. Right here, I missed this chick. She was pretty tough. You know, but I'm just gonna get her with that drag scope. You know, I already know how to do it quite well. You know, and then the quickness. This is the last one I didn't talk about. You know, if you have pretty good aim, you know, just be quick with it. You know, really fast, and players usually don't expect it, and you'll be able to kill them. You know, right here, misdirection. You know, she thought that I had gone the other way. I don't know what the heck she was doing. She jammed her pistol. She just stood there and bam. You know, the clutch, you know. And I was so happy. It was so satisfying. You know, I had a lot of opportunities to clutch, you know, on this, you know, game type, and I had choked them all except for this one. So, you know, I was pretty happy. You know, if you guys like and all of that, you know, this is new to my channel, leave a like, you know, sub and all of that, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you, and hopefully you guys become better snipers as well. Thank you.